Have you ever felt your heart racing after trying to lift a weight that felt just a little too heavy? That sudden pressure in your chest, maybe a bit of dizziness or your vision dimming for a moment. It might seem like normal effort, but after 60, those signs deserve a closer look. As we age, our heart ages with us. It can remain strong. Yes, but it no longer responds with the same flexibility. Pushing it with very heavy loads, like barbell squats or heavy bench presses, can trigger irregular heartbeats, dangerous spikes in blood pressure, or even a silent heart attack. Now, let's be clear. You don't need to give up weight training. In fact, it's one of the best ways to preserve muscle, prevent falls, and maintain a healthy metabolism. The issue is intensity, especially when it's not adjusted to your current condition. Trying to train like you're still 30 can backfire quickly. Dr. Anthony Morales, a cardiologist who works with aging athletes, often says, after 60, what matters most isn't how much you lift, it's how you feel afterward. That simple line carries deep wisdom. Your workout should build you up, not wear you down. Think of your body like an old bridge, still solid, but now needing regular care. You wouldn't drive a heavy truck over it without first checking its structure, would you? That same principle applies to your heart and blood vessels. Let me share the story of Mr. Gerald, age 72. Motivated by fitness videos online, he started training on his own, without guidance. Within weeks, he was pushing 90 pounds on the leg press. Not long after, he found himself in the ER with chest tightness and sky-high blood pressure. Thankfully, it was a warning, not a tragedy. Today, under professional supervision, Gerald trains with lighter weights and more awareness. He says he sleeps better, walks with confidence, and feels more alive than he has in years. Do you know someone like Mr. Gerald? Or have you experienced something similar yourself? Feel free to share your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else avoid the same mistake. Practical tip: choose exercises that allow slow, controlled movements. A good rule of thumb: you should still be able to speak a full sentence while training. That means your heart isn't being pushed too far. And never skip a checkup with a fitness specialist or physical therapist who understands senior needs. In the next chapter, we'll talk about another common mistake, and one that's just as risky: intense running routines without proper medical clearance. There's something beautiful about seeing an older adult jogging in the early morning light, committed, focused, breathing in fresh air. Movement is life, after all. But what many don't realize is that not all movement is created equal, especially after a certain age. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, and intense running routines have gained popularity for promising fast results. They burn calories, boost cardiovascular endurance, and can feel invigorating. But for someone over 60, especially without recent heart assessments, these workouts can quietly strain the cardiovascular system. It's not just about fatigue. It's about what the heart does under pressure. Fast-paced routines push the heart rate up quickly and demand immediate recovery. If your heart isn't prepared for that shock, or if there are undetected issues like arterial stiffness or mild arrhythmias, the risks can outweigh the benefits. There's a term doctors use: silent ischemia. It refers to a condition where blood flow to the heart is reduced, but no obvious symptoms appear until it's too late. And unfortunately, overexertion in seniors is one of the most common triggers. Let me tell you about Mrs. Elaine, 68 years old. She felt great, walked daily, and decided to join her grandson's HIIT challenge. After just 2 sessions of sprints and burpees, she began feeling breathless at rest. At the hospital, tests revealed minor heart damage that likely occurred during those sudden bursts. It didn't feel dangerous at the time, but it was. Mrs. Elaine now walks briskly in nature and practices low-impact aerobic dance twice a week. "I've never felt more balanced," she says, "and I actually enjoy moving now without fear." This doesn't mean giving up on goals. It means respecting your current condition and choosing exercises that nourish your heart instead of shocking it. Practical tip: before starting or restarting any vigorous activity, even if you feel great, get a full cardiac evaluation. A stress test or simple echocardiogram can reveal things you can't feel. Also, favor activities that raise your heart rate slowly and keep it steady, such as swimming, cycling at a gentle pace, or dancing. Something to reflect on. What drives your fitness efforts? Joy or urgency? Are you competing with time or dancing with it? In the next chapter, we'll explore another hidden danger: impact-heavy exercises that quietly strain your joints and stress your cardiovascular system. Let's be honest, jumping jacks, burpees, and quick squat jumps weren't designed with a 70-year-old body in mind. These explosive movements might look harmless when done by younger folks on TV or in fitness apps, but for an aging heart and aging joints, they can be quietly harmful. Why? Because high-impact exercises demand sudden coordination, rapid shifts in blood flow, and increased pressure on both the knees and the cardiovascular system. All at once. They spike your heart rate, jar your joints, and often require holding your breath during effort, a dangerous combination. The human body, especially after 60, needs rhythm, not shock. Your knees and hips are likely carrying decades of mileage. And your heart, even if it feels strong, now works best when gradually warmed up, not ambushed by sudden bursts. Let me introduce you to Mr. Lucas, a 66-year-old retired engineer who joined an online fitness program to lose weight. On the second week, they introduced burpees into the routine. He gave it his all, only to end up with a swollen knee and a heart rhythm irregularity detected during a follow-up. He confessed, "I thought pain was a sign of progress. Turns out, it was my body begging me to slow down." There's a lesson here. Not all discomfort leads to growth. Some types of strain cause damage that accumulates quietly until one day it speaks loud through injury or illness. Instead of jumping jacks or burpees, consider modified alternatives: gentle step touches, chair-assisted squats, or low-impact aerobics that keep you moving without jarring your body or shocking your heart. These still burn calories, improve coordination, and offer cardiovascular benefits, but with far less risk. Did you know? A study from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who performed low-impact routines had similar heart health improvements to those doing high-impact workouts, with far fewer injuries. Practical tip: listen to your knees. If any movement makes your joints click, swell, or ache later that day, it's too much. Use a padded mat, keep one foot on the ground at all times, and focus on controlled, fluid movements. Reflect with me. Are you choosing movements that respect your stage of life, or trying to prove you haven't aged? In our next chapter, we'll step out into the sun and talk about the hidden danger of exercising in high heat, especially for the heart. There's something peaceful about exercising outdoors: the sound of birds, the breeze on your face, the morning sun warming your back. For many, walking or stretching in the open air is not just physical activity. It's a ritual of connection with life. But when the temperature rises, especially during late mornings or afternoons, the very environment that nourishes you can silently start to harm, especially your heart. As we age, our body's ability to regulate temperature declines. Sweating becomes less efficient, the sensation of thirst weakens, and blood vessels lose some elasticity. When you combine physical effort with heat, your heart has to work overtime, pumping harder to keep you cool and maintain blood flow. In older adults, this added strain can trigger dangerous drops in blood pressure, dehydration, and even cardiac arrhythmias. And often, it doesn't feel dramatic until it is. A lightheaded moment, a pounding heartbeat, or simply feeling off might be your heart raising a red flag. Take Donna Rosa, a 74-year-old who loved her daily 11 a.m. walk. It gave her joy, a sense of rhythm. But during a particularly hot week, she began to feel nauseous and weak halfway through. She dismissed it as normal heat until she fainted near the park bench. The diagnosis? Heat exhaustion and a mild cardiac stress episode. Today, she walks at sunrise and always carries water. "I still walk," she says, "but now I walk with wisdom." Important fact: even a mild dehydration of 2% of your body weight can significantly reduce your heart's efficiency, and it happens faster in seniors, often without warning signs. Practical tip: exercise early in the morning or close to sunset. Wear a hat, light clothing, and never skip water, even if you're not thirsty. And if you feel tired before finishing your routine, stop. That pause could be what protects your heart. Pause and reflect. Is your daily walk scheduled for comfort or for habit? Are you listening to your body or following the clock? In the next and final chapter, we'll talk about a habit many don't even know they have, something as simple as holding your breath during effort, and how it can quietly strain your heart more than you imagine. It happens almost without thinking. You're lifting a heavy object, bending down, or even getting up from a low seat, and suddenly you're holding your breath. A few seconds pass, your face tightens, your chest locks, and only after the effort do you exhale. It may seem harmless. In fact, many people believe it gives them more strength. But for your heart, especially after 60, this reflex can quietly become a threat. This habit has a name in medicine: the Valsalva maneuver. When you hold your breath and strain during physical effort, it causes a sudden spike in chest pressure. That pressure slows blood returning to your heart, momentarily disturbs your heart rhythm, and can dramatically raise your blood pressure, all in a few seconds. In healthy young athletes, the body recovers quickly, but in seniors, this sudden shift can trigger dizziness, fainting, or even heart arrhythmias, especially if combined with heavy lifting or awkward body positions. Let me share the story of Mr. Alberto, 71, a proud grandfather and weekend gardener. He insisted on lifting heavy pots by himself. During one such effort, while bracing to lift, he unknowingly held his breath and collapsed shortly after. His diagnosis was a brief loss of consciousness due to Valsalva-induced pressure. He now says, "I've learned to breathe with my body, not against it." Here's the key idea: strength should flow with your breath, not in resistance to it. Practical tip: practice exhaling during effort. For example, when lifting something, breathe out as you lift. When sitting or standing, exhale gently as you rise. It may feel unnatural at first, but with time, it becomes second nature, and your heart will thank you for it. Did you know? Some cases of fainting in seniors, especially during physical tasks, are directly linked to breath holding during exertion, a habit you may not even notice until it causes harm. Something to reflect on. How often do you breathe with awareness? Could learning to breathe better be the most powerful and safest form of exercise you ever adopt? Now that you've seen these 5 habits that can put your heart at risk, the question isn't, should I stop exercising? It's, how can I move with intelligence and care? The answer is never about stopping, but adapting. Your body still craves motion, but it asks for it gently, with rhythm, with guidance, and with presence. Footprints: keep walking, keep stretching, keep living, but always on your terms, with breath, hydration, awareness, and supervision when needed. Share with us. Have you ever caught yourself doing one of these 5 things? Which of these habits surprised you the most? If this video helped you or reminded you of someone que você ama, consider sharing, liking, or leaving a comment. Sometimes, a simple insight like this can protect a life.